welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are going to give you an overview of what a very valuable nonprofit partner in our community does, the American Red Cross. My guest is the Executive Director, Lorri Powers. Welcome, Lorri. Hi,
Robin. It's good to see you.
A lot of people know the Red Cross for maybe one thing. Like for me, it's blood. I give blood, pretty much as often as I can, at least as often as you come to City Hall. And so when I see the Red Cross, that's my association. Other people might have a completely different association because you guys really do a breadth of things in the community.
That's right. So the Red Cross has been around in the United States for 135 years. We were established in 1881 primarily, to support soldiers on the battlefield. And since that time, we have really grown into an organization under fantastic mission of helping people. So there are 5 arms of the Red Cross. Of course, you mentioned blood. That is, we are in every community, everywhere we can be to find the donors and to support that program. So that's, it's the platelet program as well, and we have a great need for that every day. We also support disaster services. That's our home fire program, but it's also working in these larger disasters. This month, we've been impacted on the East Coast by Hurricane Matthew, and we have volunteers coming from all over the country to support that effort and relief effort. We have...
And that is, I'm going to say, at some point, though, this is the volunteers and staff. I mean, you as an organization cannot staff everything by yourselves. You need us.
That's right.
To help out with that.
That's right. The American Red Cross, we are built on a foundation of our volunteers. Here in the coastal community, we have 9.5 employees supporting the work in Hampton Roads.
Oh, wow.
But we have almost 900 volunteers who are doing the work in the community, and that's just here in Hampton Roads. In Virginia, we have deployed over 80 volunteers and employees to go into the North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, and Georgia area, while all the while maintaining what we're doing here for, the flooding operation, but also our day-to-day home fire program.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Okay, so blood, disaster, next.
That's right. We do preparedness and health and safety services. So hopefully every household in America is trained in CPR and first aid, and it is our mission to get there. So that is all of our CPR, first aid, and AED training. We have an aquatics program, so when you, a lot of people can remember back to their first swim lessons or being a lifeguard in high school and college, and those are all Red Cross programs for life-saving in the aquatics environment. We do a lot around our babysitting and caregiving programs as well.
And that's a great thing. It also gives kids, young babysitters, confidence, as well as, because you go into that like really worried, how do I know what to do? And giving them that background, and it certainly helps parents knowing that a babysitter's been trained. I would always prefer a trained babysitter.
That's right, it is. It's the confidence, it's the skills in coping. It's also some entrepreneurial skills. We go through and work with them about how to interact with the kids that they're watching, how to interact with the parents, how to make a proper 911 call. So it's a little bit of job training around that. And like you, anytime I hired a babysitter for my kids, I always made sure they were Red Cross trained in babysitting, and it just made me feel better about leaving my most precious pieces at home. So we do a lot around that preparedness. We have an international services program, and that's the arm of the Red Cross that does help our around the world during international disasters. So that could be anything like the Nepal earthquake last year, working with our partners in Haiti with
we got slammed on the East Coast, but Haiti got horribly slammed by Matthew.
That's right. And when we have countries and locations like that where the volume is just, it's huge. It is a huge humanitarian effort, and that's where all Red Cross societies come together and help to support that. And our 5th leg is our services to armed forces and veterans. And that is a program that really was the roots of our Red Cross organization. When Clara Barton was on the battlefields in the Civil War, that's where it all started. And since 1915, we've been chartered by the U.S. government to provide services. Now, we're not an arm of the U.S. government. We're a nonprofit still, but we are working very closely to take care of the women and men and their families serving. So that's everything from emergency communications. So when we've got parents, spouses, brothers and sisters, and sons and daughters deployed, we are that link to help keep families connected during their family emergencies. And that happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And of course, in our community, that's a big service, very big service.
I was going to say there's a huge need. And we are such a military area that I think we may take those kinds of things for granted, that you can get to someone on a submarine or someone who's deployed that can't really have internet. You know, they're not, they're on an active status, or it's harder to reach them via phone.
That's right. You know, and we have a lot of people ask us, hey, it's 2016. Aren't they communicating by cell phone? Aren't they communicating by Skype, email? And maybe they are, maybe they're not.
In some circumstances they can, and in others they can't.
That's absolutely right. And in order to keep those families connected, we've made that promise to our government partners that we're going to take care of that piece, to verify those, and to get that message.
You're going to screen to make sure they're a true emergency, and then the government's going to then trust you all to do that part and get the messages through. That's absolutely right.
And we've been doing that since 1915. So
it was a lot harder then, wasn't it?
It was. We were using, you know, the Western Union messages, but now we are able to deliver those messages much faster and get those families connected in a better and faster way. And, you know, and it doesn't end there. We're working, supporting our hospitals at Langley and Fort Eustis, Portsmouth Naval, all of our military medical clinics with volunteers to help make sure that their staffing is shored up so that military members and their families are getting the best care possible. And we're doing programs in all of our VA hospitals across the state. And that's everything from therapy programs, recreation programs, and, you know, helping to build and maintain therapy gardens. And, you know,
those extra things that the VA cannot necessarily do, you guys provide auxiliary services.
That's right. We're absolutely in there, and, you know, and helping just, again, to shore up the care for those who have served us as American citizens. And, you know, it's a lot of just wonderful, wonderful things that we can do. We have a lot of opportunities for the community to get involved in that. We're getting ready to kick off our Holiday for Heroes program, where we'll be collecting backpacks we'll have socks, T-shirts, some toiletry items, and these are requested items from our veterans at our hospitals of things that kind of help them get through some of their emergency situations of their own. We're also collecting apartment kits, and that is when veterans who are at risk of homelessness or are homeless, once they have been approved by the VA for housing, they've got the homes, but what's next? And these apartment kits, a set of dishes, a can opener, towels, sheets for their bed. It is that basic kit to help them get into their new home. So we do invite community members to join us on that to help us collect and support these programs.
So you guys need donations of money. Always, you know, it's always money you can deploy however you need to deploy it. And I think that's, you're probably, I'm going out on a limb here, you're number one.
Yes, absolutely.
But if people prefer to give things, or if it's part of teaching your child, you know, is that you see this gift, you also have specific things like this that people can help provide.
That's right. It is a great, tangible thing that we can offer our community members. And, you know, you brought up your kids. This is something that my family will be doing as a holiday gift in our household, is putting together an apartment kit. I'm going to let the kids go in and pick out the things for that, and really get them involved in that process so that they can put their hands on something that they can really learn from. So anybody could get involved with that, and it's a much needed project.
Okay, and if people prefer to give of their time, you also can train volunteers to do, I assume, a whole host of things in all of these areas.
That's right. Every single one of those areas that we have mentioned in our 5 arms, we need volunteers for. So they can go online or redcross.org and click that volunteer button, and that will get them started. And
it's important to note that the volunteers you send into disasters, you know, you don't just get to go, oh, there's a disaster, I want to go.
That's
you
right.
provide them with a good bit of training.
Absolutely. The training that the Red Cross provides is for very specific functions, very specific to the work that the Red Cross does. So we do not ever send our volunteers in untrained. It's not to say that we don't use during our large disasters community groups. We have event-based volunteers who come in all the time that can help us with some things like setting up a shelter or breaking down a shelter. But to really get involved and stay involved with the Red Cross, though, we do provide quite a bit of intense training to make sure that our responders are ready and confident in the work that they're doing.
And I think that's important because a lot of times when there is a disaster and it makes the headlines, people at that point want to help, but they need to get motivated to help also for the next time and the next time, and plan ahead and be trained and be ready.
That's absolutely right, and that's what the preparedness is all about. We want to prepare the communities to be ready to help themselves during these disasters and remain resilient, but we also have to prepare to be ready for the next storm.
Okay, so Lorri, if we want to help, there's so many ways we can help. We can give blood, right? There's always a schedule of blood drives on your website. You can call and find out when one's going to be near. And once you get on that list, I'll verify. You guys will call me anytime you're anywhere near. Within 5 miles of where I live or work, I get a phone call. But if people are new to this, how do they find out about the opportunities to give of time or money?
Okay. redcross.org. That is our one-stop shopping for all the ways that you can support the Red Cross, as well as get some great information and tips on disaster preparedness. So redcross.org, click the donate button. You can also donate $10 very quickly through your cell phone. Texting Red Cross to 90999 does an automatic donation. It gets billed to your cell phone service. Quick and easy.
That is quick and easy.
Quick and easy,
yeah.
That's right. We have our blood schedule is also on redcross.org, but we also have a great blood app. So if you download that on your smartphone, that can help you track your donations, schedule your donations, look for your next blood drive.
I did not know that.
It's really cool. It's a very cool app that we're excited about, and every time you give a donation, you get a little digital award for that. So it'll show you through your blood drop what your progress is. So everybody likes a sticker. Everybody likes that digital badge. So so that's just a fun way that we can say thank you to our donors. But it also will tell you, you've got your donation coming up. It's been 56 days. Go ahead and schedule that next one. So a lot of neat technology to help our folks get involved and stay involved. And of course, with our volunteer program, just click that volunteer program, enter your zip code, and the application will be right there for you.
We have actually, because we are such a military area, because people have been helped by organizations like the Red Cross, because folks are community service minded, we have so many volunteers around here. It's just a matter of, them picking an organization and making that commitment. But we are a community that volunteers and that rallies. So I hope that we're working with your organization and, of course, with others to make that happen.
Absolutely. And, like I said, the Red Cross has something for everybody, and we're glad to have anybody work with us on our team.
Okay, well, thank you, Lorri, so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. There are so many important things that the Red Cross does. I hope you'll be able to pick at least one that you can personally support and help the community be better prepared, recover better, or be healthier. Thank you for watching.